This is a 1958 Dual-Ghia Convertible, one of the rarest. Let's bring her back.
Gently brushing away the years of desert grime to reveal the chrome underneath. Using the pneumatic needle scaler now on the lower rocker, just breaking up this heavy rust and old undercoating, applying penetrating oil to the seized hinge. A few gentle taps with the mallet, and now it opens. All right, we're attaching the heavy toe straps to the reinforced frame points now, getting ready to pull it out of the sand.
All right, applying the soap now, just loosening up all this packed desert sand and dust to reveal the surface underneath.
Applying the DA sander now, using 80 grit to remove this loose rust and sun-faded paint, revealing the metal underneath. Okay, now we're going to carefully cut out this corroded area on the lower door.
Shaping the metal on the English wheel just here, and now we're checking the alignment against the original body line.
Fitting the new steel into the rusted area. Now applying the weld in controlled passes, creating that seamless joint. We're carefully grinding down the weld beads to blend them invisibly with the surrounding panel.
Applying the premium body filler to the low spots here on the rear fin. Now we're just carefully sanding this cured filler with the flexible block, shaping the contour of the fin.
We're applying a thick layer here. Hear that crackling? That's the paint lifting right off the metal. Right now I'm just scraping away the old finish. It comes off in these thick layers, revealing the original steel. Applying the rust converter here. It reacts with the rust, turning it black to form a stable protective layer. Now applying the first coat of high-build epoxy primer. You can see the even mist settling smoothly over the bare. I'm just block sanding the primer now with 220 grit, getting it perfectly flat for the color coats. Just smoothing out this fender here. Now we're moving to the back to apply the epoxy primer in slow, overlapping passes. Once the primer has cured, we use 400 grit wet abrasive to make the surface perfectly smooth. Applying the masking tape precisely along the body lines to protect the chrome trim. Establishing the base with controlled, overlapping fan patterns.
Using 1500 grit to flatten the clear coat. We keep it nice and wet to avoid any deep scratches. Now we are using the fine grip to create this ultra glass surface, ready for polish. Applying the compound with the polisher now. Watch the haze disappear, revealing that vibrant gloss underneath. I'm applying the fine finishing polish to bring out that deep, wet shine on the coral paint.
I'm just carefully removing the last bolts here. Now we can lift the grille and move it to the workbench.
Just applying the solution now. You can see the layers dissolving, revealing the base metal underneath. Now we use a finer compound, working slowly to ensure a flawless surface on the base metal. Gently lowering the prepared grille into the electroplating bath. The current flows, laying down that asar. Here we apply the nickel plating directly over the copper foundation. As the current activates, just letting the excess solution drain off now. You can see that mirror finish starting to appear. Now we carefully align the freshly plated grille and secure the bolts.
We're securing the chains to the engine block now. Slowly lifting it out, just nice and easy.
Lifting the intake manifold off now and setting it down right here. We're sending these out for precision machining, cylinder boring, and polishing to get them just right.
Applying the assembly lubrication to the rings and bearings, ensuring everything slides in smoothly.
Okay, placing the cylinder head, now torquing all the fasteners down to factory specifications.
Now we're carefully lowering the rebuilt Hemi V8 into the chassis. We need to align the mounts perfectly before torquing down the bolts. Carefully sliding the new clutches into place, and now applying the fresh viscous fluid to the bands.
Aligning the splines carefully now.
Pouring the fresh gear oil into the casing. Then using the hydraulic press to remove the oiler. We're seating the rubber boot now. Next is installing the master cylinder. Nice and easy.
Applying the lubricant to the hub now. We'll give it a slow spin to check the trueness,
Carefully removing the interior panels now. As you can see, the leather is completely dried out and brittle.
Now we're applying the new sound deadening material and pressing it firmly into place over the repaired floor.
Just applying even pressure with the roller here to ensure a good bond. Now careful.
Applying the sound deadener smoothly to the floor. Now fitting the new foam over the springs, pressing it down for us. Just lining up the tracks now. I'll secure these final bolts with the ratchet.
Just stretching this new white fabric nice and taut over the frame, getting it ready for the clips.
Just carefully pressing the new vinyl into place, aligning the clips with the dashboard structure for a perfect fit. Applying a bead of fresh black sealant into the channel, then carefully lowering the curved safety glass into position. Just making sure the new rubber sits flush along the chrome frame for a perfect seal. Carefully pressing the seal in place. Now inside, manipulating the vintage wiring harness.
Pouring the fresh oil in now, then we'll check the level on the dipstick. Here. Final quart of oil is in. Removing the funnel. Now let's hear this Hemi breathe for the first time. Just a micro adjustment on this screw here. Listen closely as that vibration settles into out. Just applying a thin coat of this premium Carnauba wax now. You can see it starting to haze over us. Now we're just gently buffing off the compound residue to reveal that deep coral shine. She's alive again and more beautiful than ever. It's finally complete. Listen to her purr.